part 2 with Miss Monica. We were just having a chat about the power of expletives. Yes. Yeah, on my podcast this morning I had Donna Mortlock, and she's been delving into, she's written a course on empowerment of and personal development and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And as we were chatting, I was reminded that I saw a post the other day that was talking about how we deliberately brainwash our children into submission. From the moment they're born, we tell them where to sit, we tell them not to scream, we tell them to line up, we tell them to sit down, we tell them which rooms they can go into, we tell them not to, go to the toilet unless they ask. We tell, for 18 years, we're brainwashing these poor little souls.
But even when they cry, we say, shh.
Yes.
Yes. And we sort of give them a hug and stuff like that, but yeah.
Fingers outstretched. Oh, look at this. Don't know if you can see that, everyone, but that's out by like 2 inches. Whereas the feet were balanced. So what that says is that your feet are on the ground, and the 2 weeks you've had, it's all about fight.
Yeah.
You are 100% in fight mode at the moment.
Okay. That's the whole top of the finger.
Top of the finger? Tell me, what are you talking about?
In
Oh yeah, no, it was like, it was about that.
Yeah.
It was like 2.
Nearly 2, yeah.
Yeah. But these were perfect. So that means from here down you're stable, from here up, energetically, you're already, you're there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what we need to stack in. So we're going to stack in your femur bones. Lat dorsis. And some neck stuff. Is your neck playing up at the moment? Okay, so the femurs, hold up. Whooshka, hold up. Yep. Do. Yeah, we were talking about how, in the podcast, we were talking about how it's hard to trust your eyes these days, because there's so much misinformation out there on TVs and in TV shows and in movies and all sorts of stuff. And any technology they're telling us about, going by history, we're usually 20 or 30 years ahead of that in the elite, militaries and groups and stuff. And I sort of said to her about Zelensky. Actually spoke at the World Economic Forum this year, and he was a hologram.
Oh, okay.
So he was just there talking. You wouldn't have guessed he was a hologram. He looked like a red-blooded human being up on that stage.
Oh, okay.
And then somewhere in the middle of it, he sort of said, but hey, I'm not really here. And he disappeared and then came back a sec. So they just showed the technology working. And you could not have told that was not real.
Really?
No. Which makes you think, right, what can I trust? Yeah, if it's here and we can touch it and feel it and, that's the stuff that we know is real. And that's why there's nothing wrong with your emotions. There's full-on emotions going on.
Yeah.
Actually, someone this morning sent me a story from I'm going to get it wrong, but just say it was 1955 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The first time radio frequencies were used to create different emotions in chimpanzees. So they could use a specific radio frequency to make the chimps angry or to make the chimps happy and relaxed. And there's all sorts of shit frequencies out there. Yes. Well, they're certainly not thinking about those tens of thousands of 5G towers everywhere. And like Arthur Furstenberg said in my podcast with him, there's like well over 70,000 commercial ones and well over 1 million private satellites up in the air, and that'll change us it as well. It's just nuts. Just nuts. So making sure that your hips stay stable when there's movement.
Okay.
So then I'm just basically creating some movement.
Yeah.
Then we recheck the femurs again. Hold. Negatory Batman. No. Yeah, so it was stable, and now and basically you can imagine that's in the lower back, your sacrum.
Yeah.
So we're creating some movement in there, but it likes being really tight.
Yeah.
Because that helps to ground us. When we're really tight, it compresses it.
Yeah.
But we're going, hang on, what if I relax? Will it be okay if I relax?
Well, that's what I kept saying at one stage, because I was doing nothing, I was lazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, all that terminology.
It's
Every time you
ridiculous.
say something, you need to rethink it and say, is
Yeah.
that true?
yeah, that's right.
And then if you say yes, say, is it really true?
Yeah, that's right.
It's like when we say we're dumb or we're ugly or something like that. You go, okay, so dumb compared to what?
Yeah.
Dumb
that's
compared to what? Like, what are we comparing to? Is it the stuff that the mainstream media tells us is smart?
Yeah.
With beauty? Is it in relation to, all the perky stuff that they do
Oh,
to
yeah.
themselves? And do we care about that, and would we ever do it anyway? The answer is no.
That's right.
That's for you and me. Other people might choose to do it. I remember going out to dinner with one of my little 21-year-old cousins years ago now. And her and all her friends, like her, and she is a stunner. And her and all her friends were all doing Botox preventatively.
Really?
Yeah. Which I think what it must do is destroy the nerves. So while they're perfectly, not a wrinkle anywhere, they do it to destroy the nerves so that you can't create wrinkles
Yeah.
or something. I thought, wow. Escape submission, or is it rage anger? No, rage anger frustration. Had the wrong
Oh,
point.
geez, that surprises me.
Yeah, totally. Would never have picked that in a million years. Lymphatic congestion. Okay, so in and around those big joints, there's lymphatic congestion, so lymph isn't moving as easily. And once again, when you're tight and stressed,
Yeah.
it compresses everything.
Yeah.
And when you're in fight, particularly these little guys in here, the pec minors, I haven't checked them yet, have I? No. No.
Wow.
Yeah, so the pec minors, they're quite a deep muscle in here, and they fully contract deliberately to keep you in position.
So, just massaging.
Oh
really,
yeah, and
really deeply?
get your massager in there.
Oh yeah.
So when you're because that feels great across the chest because it helps to open up the ribs as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
and I like it down through the sternum as well.
Yeah.
Because there's little lymph pockets either side of the sternum the whole way down between each rib bone.
Okay.
So, and in Touch for Health,
Yeah.
those little spots either side of the sternum, the whole way down, they relate to different organs. So if
Okay.
we've got tension and stress, if we feel those little spots either side of the sternum the whole way down and they're tender,
Yeah.
that's different organs that aren't working properly.
Okay.
In your Touch for Health book, there's a picture of the lymphatic, the
Okay.
neurolymphatic points. So there's a huge amount down through there. is underneath the rib cage is small intestine. Either side of the legs is large intestine predominantly.
Okay.
Inside here is quite a few organs like the adrenal glands, small intestine, I think large intestine, but there's a few down in there. But yeah, each area where you're waking up the lymphatic system just helps to add energy to other organs to help them work better. And if you don't move your lymph, things like stress hormones can just recycle.
Okay, yeah.
So they just recycle over and over and over again. So we feel the great joy of it over and over again.
Yes.
And they estimate that of our thoughts, because you know when we're having a bad day, and we've got somewhere between 60 and 120,000 thoughts, well, 95% of them are the same thoughts we had yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that. So by having the same thoughts, we're creating the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So doing that conscious thinking of, is that true?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can agree with that.
Is that
yeah.
really true?
Mm.
And just double guessing those things that we say to ourselves.
Because I started with Optus on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to send the email on Wednesday night.
Is Mercury in retrograde or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
And on Saturday she said to me, she said, I've sent you two texts. I said, nothing has come through on my phone. And she said, well, you better go down to the shop. So I went down to Optus and I was shutting anyway. I said, well, can I just ask you a question? You know, if I come back here tomorrow, can you give me a password? And she said, oh no, we can't.
Yeah, you need to ring for that.
That's right.
Idiots. Optus is one of our telephone carriers here in Australia. So predominantly we have Optus, who pretty much rents from Telstra. Yeah.
I've been with them for years.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, after the 24 months, they'll be gone.
Yeah. Bit sore in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the labyrinthine reflex points at the base of the skull again. So these little muscles in through here, C3, C4,
Yeah,
C5,
yeah.
They're just really tight.
So the massage you put all up around there too, couldn't you?
Yeah, totally. Oh, I love it at the base of the skull, but don't do
Yeah.
it too fast. Because I've
Okay.
done it too fast and then I've thrown my occiput out. So just do it nice and
Just
gently.
gentle.
Yeah, no, definitely. And even on the jaw. You know, I sort of nice and slowly on the jaw too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it feels really good.
Because that goes up through the ears.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you do back, you know, just make it nice and gentle, but you can go along the base of the occiput.
Okay. All right.
But I went from doing it fast somewhere like my shoulder and I just went onto the neck and next thing my neck was out. Went to my chiropractor to have him put it back in again. He did his crickety crack crack and I was happy again.
They're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, look, good. Anyone who does good structural work, absolutely.
Well, this guy, I went over there one day and I said, massive migraine I've had for ages, and he got peppermint oil on a little bit of cotton wool, sucked it up my nose, did my massage and everything, and I came out without a headache. So now I never
It's your
take
go-to.
I never take a Panadol. I've got my
Hold up
peppermint
for me.
oil.
Hold up for me. So that says, yes, I'm still running on adrenaline. Hold. And survival switching. And deep survival switching. And hidden deep survival.
She's broken.
You've got the, no, you have 4 major systems trying to protect you from the lion, the tiger, the bears.
Oh, okay. You're not doing a good job though,
So
are
you
they?
would have been awesome. Yeah, well, you're alive. And you would have been dead, 10,000 years ago. It's these survival patterns that kept you alive.
Okay.
So that's fear, threat, danger that's driving this survival stuff. Okay, so what do you want then? Tuning fork combo. Okay. Interesting.
So does she know.
Yeah, no, so it doesn't want to go into the survival patterns at the moment. It needs to clear some crap first.
Okay.
You like doing the affirmations again, don't you? So we'll put that in, yeah. Okay, so coming back for part 3, the tuning fork.